Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Augusti's Plants. So today I have another interesting video and I hope you guys find this interesting. So a few days ago or a few weeks ago actually, well, days ago for you guys, I made a video on leca and using leca on one of my Hoyas and transferring it to leca and see how better it does as opposed to having it in soil. I've had this Hoya in soil for such a very long time and it really wasn't growing or doing much for me. It did start growing some vines, but other than that, it was pretty sedentary. So I did transfer it to leca. It's doing fine. I haven't noticed a big change, but it's not dying either. So right now it's even. However, this video is not going to be about leca. It's going to be about coconut coir, coconut husks for your plants. Today I'm going to do a cutting. I'm going to be actually growing a cutting of this Hoya that I'm going to be doing a plant swap with one of my subscribers. If you're watching, you know who you are. I'm going to be transferring this Hoya from soil. Well, not really. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to do a cutting and I'll transfer it into coconut husks, guys. I'll be using coconut husks for this video and we're gonna find together if the Hoyas acquire a lot of roots and they love living in cocoa husks. This is the nursery pot that I'll be using for my plant. But mainly the reason why I'm gonna be doing this video is because a lot of you guys are using leca for your plants and leca could be really expensive. Leca is super expensive. It could retail maybe $50 for a bag of leca, like a 50-pound or 50 liters. I don't know what that, it's expensive. However, coconut husks are very cheap. They're like the poor man's leca. And I got this idea from Unsolicited Plant Talks. All of the Hoyas that I received from her, or majority of the Hoyas that I received from her, are in coconut husks. This one is the Hoya Revolubilis, guys, that I love to stroke. It's such a nice Hoya, guys, and I already put it in I gave this little wooden stick so that it could trail on, and it's actually growing nice little leaves on top. So I'm doing really good with this Hoya, and it's sitting in coconut husks. Another Hoya that I have in coconut husks is my Hoya Ranxan. This one is one of my favorite Hoyas. It has super thick chunky leaves, very veiny, and it's sitting in coconut husks and it's doing really good. You guys can see right here, it's growing a nice root, and it seems to be having 2 leaves on the way, and at the very tip it seems to have another set of leaves forming. So this Hoya is doing really nicely. Hoya Ranxan is loving coconut husks, so that's why it motivated me to do this cutting of this Hoya into coconut husks. And just if it wasn't enough, I have my Hoya Clandestina here, also sitting in coconut husks, doing really nice. It's producing a new little tendril in the center, which makes me really happy. I love the veining of this Hoya, guys. It's so thick and chunky and veiny. Kind of reminds me of the Hoya Macrophylla, in the sense that it's the shape of the leaf and the look of the veins that gives the plant this unique look. But I'm loving that it's growing a new little tendril right there at the center, so I'm really happy with that. And like I said, it's sitting in coconut husks, so it gives me more motivation and more since I already have Hoyas growing in coconut husks, it's not like a head start. Like I suppose with leca I didn't have any like head start with plants, but with coconut husks I already have 3 and they're all doing really good in my greenhouse. So why not, this right? Is the Hoya that I'm going to be slicing a slice and I'm gonna be propagating in coconut husks. So I'll be doing this live cutting and transferring into soil. I'm gonna be slicing the very top part of this Hoya, which has a huge leaf. I'll show you guys right now. See this right here? I'm gonna be slicing this top cutting. It's gonna be 2 leaves. These 2 leaves right here, I'm gonna be cutting them and putting them in soil. So I'm really excited to do this, and let's go ahead and one of the many things about using coconut husks for your Hoyas, is particularly for your Hoyas, is that like I mentioned before, Hoyas grow in tree trunks and tree branches, so they don't really grow in soil, so they don't really require a lot of nutrients. So, and then coconut husks kind of resemble tree trunks, like a tree branch, right? So it's gonna be like you're kind of giving them a fake, but not really fake, you're kind of giving them what they want. Tree bark, right? Essentially that's what they like, that's what they love. And also tree bark, or coconut husks in this case, is very airy, it's very fibrous, so it produces a lot of oxygen for the roots to not be sitting on like soil where they're not breathing. This gives you a lot of air pockets, and the roots from the Hoya can breathe and establish so nice on the plant, on the roots, on the pot. So, and I love that. So if you're using coconut husks for your Hoya for the first time, don't be scared. A lot of people think that they don't know when to water this or when to not overwater it. I tend to be underwater with my Hoyas, and I think you should as well. If your Hoyas are thin, then keep an eye on them. But if your Hoyas are thick, like a Owawara, Carry Eye, what else? Probably calyx, you know, the basic houseplants that are Hoyas, then you should be underwatering them, and only watering them maybe like once a month or once every 2 weeks, to be honest. But anyways, so yeah, coconut husks is very chunky, provides a lot of air pockets for your Hoyas to grow and for the roots to establish really nicely. They grow like pothos in the coconut husk. So I'm really excited to do this. So let's go ahead and start transferring this into the little nursery pot. I'll be using about I guess I'm gonna fill it up about halfway, maybe a little bit more, maybe 2/3, maybe 3/4, because it's not gonna have a large it's not gonna be a large cutting. All right guys, so this is how much the pot is. It's pretty much almost filled to the top. That's how much I have. That's how much I'm gonna fill it up to. Isn't this Hoya gorgeous? This is Hoya Irina, guys. I love it. And it's so thick and chunky. I love it, right? Like, it's gorgeous. So guys, right there, this is the stem that I'm gonna be using for propagation. I'm gonna be cutting pretty much from right where my finger is, right here, up. So I'm gonna be doing 2 leaves. So let's go ahead and cut it. Hopefully it's in angle so you guys can see where I'm gonna be cutting. God, here it goes. Okay guys, and this is the leaf that I'm gonna propagate, the little cutting that I'm gonna propagate. It's a very healthy cutting. I'll do it close so you guys can see. And just like though, guys, just like so, just plop it in the coconut husks, just like that. Very simple, guys. No, it's not hard. Like, really, this is really easy to do. I'm talking as if I done it again, but I haven't. This is my first time, but I'm very confident. I'm very you know, when you're doing something and you feel like you're not gonna go wrong with it. That's exactly how I'm feeling with this. Alright guys, so this is how the Hoya looks transferred in the coconut husk. So this is my cutting, and I'm gonna probably have it aside for about a month, and then once I start growing the roots, I'm gonna pack it up and I'm gonna send it to my subscriber here. So if you're watching, this is the plant you're expecting. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Something that I do want to mention before I end the video that I forgot to mention earlier is that so coconut husks hold a little bit more nutrients than leca. Leca, you have to be watering it maybe once or twice a week in order for it, the leca to, you know, not lose its nutrients. Coconut husks retain more of the, if you were to put like fertilizer in your liquid when you're watering your plants, coconut husks retain a little bit more of the nutrients, so you don't have to be worrying about it sitting in water or like sitting in just in water with no nutrients or anything. This is why I do think that coconut husks, it's amazing for Hoyas, and why I do recommend that you guys grow your Hoyas in coconut husks. Anyways, I hope this video was really helpful for anyone that's, you know, feeling adventurous and wants to try something out with their Hoyas. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys think about this video. And like always, don't forget to drink water and water your plants. Bye bye.